Hello, fans. Today's game is sure to be a good one. Now set right there with your favorite snacks and let's meet our Lion of the Day.
Today's video is Lomas Brown. He is represented by a 1992 Ultra, base card number 113, with a on-card auto, authenticated by Beckett. If you ever watch Barry Sanders make defenders miss in a phone booth, you already know the highlight. What you might not know is the unsung truth. Those cuts don't happen without the first battle being won up front. And for a decade in Detroit, that battle started at left tackle with one man, Lomas Brown. Today we're diving into the Lions' years of Lomas Brown, the draft day expectations, the grind in the trenches, the Pro Bowls, the All-Pro respect, and how he became one of the defining linemen of Detroit's 1990s identity. Because when people talk Lions legends, they name the stars. But championships or near championship runs are built on players like Brown. Detroit didn't just add a lineman in 1985. They used the 6th overall pick on a tackle they believed could become a franchise pillar. And in a league where linemen get hurt, rotated, replaced, or forgotten, Lomas Brown did the opposite. He became the type of player coaches depend on, week after week, season after season. Here's a stat that tells you who he was in Detroit. Brown started all but one of the 164 games he played as a Lion. That matters because offensive line chemistry isn't a slogan. It's real. When your left tackle is the same guy every Sunday, everyone else can build around that consistency. By the early 90s, the NFL started treating Lomas Brown like what he was, one of the best tackles in football. He earned 7 straight Pro Bowl selections, 1990 to 1996. And the All-Pro resume is even louder. 3 first-team All-Pro nods, including 1991, 1992, and 1995, plus additional All-Pro recognition in other seasons. He wasn't pretty good for the Lions. He was elite in the entire league. Now let's get to the part every Lions fan feels in their bones. Barry Sanders. When Barry made that signature cutback, the TV camera followed him. But the truth was usually happening off-screen first. Brown was an anchor on the line during Sanders' first 7 seasons, 1989 to 1995. And during that stretch, Sanders piled up 10,172 rushing yards and 73 rushing touchdowns. That doesn't mean one lineman created Barry. Sanders was a once-in-a-lifetime talent. But it does mean Lomas Brown helped provide the platform. The edge sealed, the pocket firm, the chaos controlled just enough for magic to happen. Those Lions teams were tough, built to run, built to compete. And Lomas Brown wasn't just a body at tackle, he was a tone setter. Detroit's own announcement of his Pride of the Lions honor called him a fundamental piece of the team's success in the 1990s. When you're that steady, that decorated, and that respected, you become part of the team's identity. Every long career has a moment that follows a player around, even if it doesn't define them. For Brown, one of those moments came in the 1995 postseason when his comments turned into the headline, "A Lions Guarantee." Philadelphia coverage later recalled the headline being posted in the Eagles' locker room as motivation. And national coverage from the time made it clear the guarantee didn't age well once the game got out of hand. But here's what's important. That moment is remembered because Brown mattered. Nobody saves your quote for the bulletin board unless you're a real threat. Decades later, Detroit made it official. Lomas Brown was inducted into the Pride of the Lions during the Lions' 2023 homecoming game. That honor isn't about fantasy stats. It's about what he meant to the franchise. A top pick who delivered, a cornerstone who lasted, and a legend who helped define an era. So when you think back on Lions football in the 90s, Barry's brilliance, the big wins, the grit, remember the blindside protector, the edge setter, the constant Lomas Brown. If you enjoyed this deep dive Lions legend story, drop a like, subscribe, and comment.